Hey guys, Reckless Rush here, and welcome to the new series, Rush to Diamond. In this series, I will be playing on a fresh account and showing off all my games as I climb up the ranks, hopefully towards Diamond. But first, I'd like to give a huge thanks to the Stormbound community, and an even bigger thanks to Stormbound Kitty. If you don't already know, Stormbound Kitty is a website solely dedicated to Stormbound. They have all kinds of great stuff there. I can't even summarize it, so just check it out yourself. Link is in the description. I also just posted a new guide up there, so feel free to check it out. With all that being said, let's get straight into the video. So here I have a relatively new account, called Reckless Rush YouTube, and if I check out my levels here, you'll see that they're fairly low. It's pretty much a new deck, and I'm going to be running the Snowmasons variation. If you know, you can just check out the guide if you want more information on that. But this is basically Reckless Rush Snowmasons variation, and because of the new change to personal servers, I was actually considering putting this into the deck. So if you see here in level 1, it's actually really close to Potion of Growth in comparison. Like, the stats are pretty much similar, and the only difference here is that it has a body and also has movement, which is pretty good, especially for when you're trying to keep board presence, just use them as a defender, all kinds of things. So I actually was considering putting this into the deck, and since this is a fairly new account, I might as well just test it out. I guess we'll theory craft together. And at max level, I personally feel that this card starts getting worse in value because it starts getting further away from Potion of Growth. And I guess it has its own niche, of course, but just not really the kind of card that you'll see played in most decks. Maybe like Ironclad, Construct buff or something. Okay, so anyways, so this is the deck we're currently running. The only difference between the main Reckless Rush deck is that we don't have Summon Militia, which we traded for Snowmasons, and we don't have Hysteria, which we traded for personal servers. So with that being said, this is currently the account I'm playing on. I reached rank 4 here last season only because like it was just like a slight touch basically, but I didn't go any further than that. So you'll see that I hit rank 4 before. And basically we're going to be playing out as I think we'll just play out until Silver 4 here. So we'll play out our games up to Silver 4 here, and I'll be giving my commentary on what I feel are like the best plays and why I make the plays that I make. So with this series, I'm not entirely sure how I want to take it yet. I'm considering just like playing out games and then posting all of them, but I'm not entirely sure how I feel about that yet. So if you have any ideas, just put them into the comment section below. I could be playing like, maybe I can be posting daily, like uploading daily, maybe playing games on a daily basis. I'm not entirely sure yet. So again, just if you have any ideas, just let me know in the comment section below. Okay, and also I'd like to point out that the reason why I'm Silver 5 is because I actually recorded when I was in Bronze 5, but basically 99% of my games were all against bots, so I didn't really want to put that up to YouTube, so that's why I'm basically just recording from scratch. Anyways, I have a pretty good hand here actually. I can do a Trinity Opener. So a Trinity Opener is basically using a 2 movement unit to take over this on the center tile here, and then using a 1 movement unit after. And basically what this does is it secures like a pretty high chance of getting Devastators top left or top right. So I could Trinity Opener here, but I actually like Shitty Ghoul quite a bit. So I'm actually going to play Shitty Ghoul instead. And I'm going to cycle, oh I already cycled my bad. So I just play Shitty Ghoul here. The reason why is that at lower levels, this card's actually really, really good. I feel that this card gets worse as it levels. Simply because at level 1, if you think about stat-wise, this card is like equal strength to its token. I'm actually having suspicion that this is a bot, but that's fine. We'll just play it out anyways. Here, Restless Goats is basically just worse than Saber Paws, so I'll just cycle this first. Okay, so that kind of sucks. If we actually got a Trinity Opener, we might have been able to Devastators here, but that's fine. We're going to have to play with our we'll play with our two mana cards here. I'm going to just Saber Paws here. This is actually fine because next turn I have 5 mana and I can play out these 2 cards, which I'm going to plan for a top left corner Devastators. Oh, interesting. So this isn't actually a bot. I actually had pretty high suspicions that it was a bot, which kind of sucked, but hello friend. How you doing? So here, this is a really good play for next turn with Green Prototypes and Devastators. So like I was saying, yeah, I actually recorded all the way from Bronze 5, but so many of the games were just bots, so I decided against posting that online. Okay, nice. So we got actually this pretty good card that they got to play here. And you can see my board is got pretty weakened from that, but it's just fine. So here I'm going to Devastators first because basically the general idea is the cards you play first, you're going to draw back sooner. So I want this card, obviously. This is a really high priority card. So I'm going to play it first. I'll play the second because that's the obvious play. And I can cycle after. What do I cycle? This was 5 mana turn. Like next turn I'm going to have 6 mana. So I don't really intend to play this. I'm going to get Snow Masons next turn as well. So I can look for Snow Masons play with the other 2 mana card. And obviously I had to put green I positioned it like this because I want the weakest units at the ends of the like the vulnerable sides. So here I have 2 pretty weak units here. Oh, interesting. So they're playing their own Devastators. Okay, head start. Nice. So I'm actually completely safe here. Like, so this is 2, 3, 6 damage. Even if they had Herald's Hymn, there's basically no way they kill me unless they have like super high level Herald's Hymn. So I'm pretty safe here. I also am going to draw Forgotten Souls really soon, like really soon, basically next turn. And if I cycled, like I could get so close to lethal, it'd be a one-off. But obviously that's not the best play here. So this is actually, let me see. I don't know. I don't think Potion of Growth is actually that great here. Because I'm going to I'm definitely going to play like Snow Masons or something here. Or if I cycle, I might get another 2 mana. Okay, interesting. Another 2 mana. I could keep Frontline. Okay, I'll just keep Frontline here actually. I guess it's fine. This is fine, but it's not actually that ideal. That's fine. Okay, so yeah, I have also lethal with these 2 if I find an opening. Can possibly find an opening. Right now, all I'm going to look for is Forgotten Souls and just look to keep. I guess I have to also might have to defend here, but they also use the really defensive Devastators, so I'm not really that worried. Okay, Void Searchers. This is actually mispositioning by them. They should have played it in the 1 tile forward, so it would have been. They should have played it right here. Oh, yeah, basically on this tile right here that I'm hovering, because then I have no opportunity to attack from either side. But by them doing this, I actually have lethal here with Snow Masons, Forgotten Souls. Okay, I don't have lethal. Okay, so this play is actually not that hard to spot. Really, what I'm going to go for here. Yeah, this works. This is interesting. As long as I don't die, actually. I'm going to play this. I'm really just hoping to keep my front line here. And that's why I played Shady Gold, because it's pretty much really safe for me. Basically, they would have to attack this like twice. I mean, I could just die here. So that's a little risky. Kind of greedy of me, but I'm just looking to keep front line, and then I can actually use Forgotten Souls for lethal prototypes. And like maybe Restless Ghost if I really have to deal some extra damage. The reason why I'm kind of playing, I know it's like a little risky, but they're actually playing pretty good like counter cards, I guess you could say. Like they played Void Surges, which is a really good card. If I had played Snow Masons that turn, I would have actually lost. So here I actually win. So here I have a bunch of lethals. If you haven't spotted them, Restless Goats, I can prototypes Forgotten Souls, or I can just Forgotten Souls this. So GG. Okay, so that's our first game. I could be playing a lot faster, but I'm trying to explain my ideas and thought process behind every play. So I'm playing a pretty slow, I'd say. That's fine. Boom. Okay. That game we didn't use personal servers at all. And what else didn't we use? We also didn't use Potion that game either. Interesting. We also didn't use Restless as well. But we had like opportunity. Oh, the very end we had an opportunity to play it if we needed to. It's kind of really weird to be playing in this rank, because like I'm so used to be playing in like higher rank in my deck level. So like if I play like really weird sometimes, it's probably has to do with that. Okay, interesting. I don't really like this hand. It's like way too heavy. I'm going to obviously have to cycle this, because the best play here with this hand would have to be Shitty Ghoul. But yeah, basically like if I need to, I might get a 2/2 mana. I need to save this for possibly next turn. So I'm going to cycle this first. Ooh, Snow Masons. Okay, this is interesting. I actually like Snow Masons on an empty board, only because it actually applies a lot of pressure, and it's basically 6 stats here. There's a total of 6 stats if they can't deal with it right now. So I'm going to apply a lot of pressure in the future turns. And it also fills up my mana curve really well. So also, if you don't already know, you can actually find out what faction they're playing by checking the symbol beside their rank. So right here, if you look to the right, that symbol there beside silver 4, that's the Winter Pact symbol. So that's how I know that they're playing Winter. That's why also they skip their first turn, which is interesting, but it's most likely has to do with the fact that they just don't have the cards to like, they don't have the low mana cards to do anything. So this is interesting turn. I could also just potion gift to get a huge unit on board. I'm not really that kind of person though. I think I'm going to play this. This is fine. We also keep board here. I want to cycle this. Actually, I don't really see it having play. It kind of sucks. If I had cycled first, I could have got a Trinity opener. But honestly, this is still fine. I want to cycle after because I actually do value shit equal quite a bit in this rank. Again, at level 1, its body is the same strength as the token unit, which means when you send it into the, like, if you think about it stat wise, you're sending in a unit into the enemy base for only 3 mana, which is pretty good. Like 2 movement, 1 strength, 3 mana is actually really good at low levels. But as it levels up, because the body itself doesn't get the increase in strength, that's why it gets kind of like worse, I would say. Okay, so this is actually also really good. So they use execution here. Oh, that was actually a bad bounce. Slightly bad bounce, but I can still make it work. So the reason why I said that's really good, like the fact they use execution, is because now I can play my Devastators basically for free, and I don't have to worry about execution like that. The way I play this actually does matter, because I want to use Saber Paws and I want to save green prototypes. So I'm going to play it because the way Saber Paws works is if I play it here, it won't move, but if I play it here, it will move 1 tile, and I want it to move like here on the enemy's bordering the enemy base. So I'll be playing it like this. And because I play Devastators first, you always want to cycle Forgotten Souls right after. I don't really see lethal in like the next couple turns, so I'm going to cycle now. Otherwise, you could actually consider keeping it. So I cycle now, I actually get an even better draw. I mean, better card. Yeah, I get a really good card here. So I can play this. This acts as like a double defense because they need to attack this and this. So now they can't just play a 2 movement unit to kill this. It also is really good because I keep my Saber Paws. Yeah, that's actually game because I keep my Saber Paws, which has lethal potential because it has 2 movement here. And that's game. I want to see what else I would have cycled. Like, is this Restless? Yeah, there you go, Restless. I had a feeling. You can also predict what cards you're going to cycle just based off what cards you've seen and which cards you haven't seen. Just also the pattern that you're playing the cards, you can also like predict off that. So nice. Silver 5. That was a good game actually. I'm glad I didn't play Devastators on that mana 5 turn. Baited out their card. Okay, so this is a hand that you'll actually these are some hands that you'll typically get into, and it's not like the greatest thing. If you ever draw Forgotten Souls early game, the first thing you want to do is cycle this card. I don't think this card value-wise is that good. Like pretty much, yeah, value-wise it's just not that good. So you really want to cycle this. You don't want to be playing this card like often at all. And at most you want to be playing it is twice a game, but ideally is once. And the one time you play it, it should be to finish the game. So I'm going to cycle this because what I'm trying to do is get it for later on in the game, but I also want to draw it back as soon as possible. This hand is really bad, but I'm going to stay true. I mean, I could just play this. I'm not really a fan of that. I'm going to play this. I'm going to play this. It's just a better Restless Goat substitute here. It's basically just better Restless Goats because it doesn't have the negative effect. And the reason why I want to play this is just to apply a bit of pressure here. So right here, if I had Hysteria instead of Servers, it would have been so good. If I had it leveled, at least like by level 2, I could just deal 5 damage to the enemy base. If you don't know, basically Hysteria can actually trigger on enemy units bordering the base. So I could have literally just done 5 damage to their base, and that almost like secures the game there. But you know, we don't have it, so that's fine. This is also a really good play here I can make. I'm going to play these two, and the personal servers, I hope, bounces on that, which it's a 50-50 bounce actually. It might not be worth taking. I want to cycle this because I don't see this card being played here. I got Snowmasons, which also doesn't see play here. So this hand is kind of unfortunate, but really the only play I see here is this, and I hope that it... Okay, nice. So we got the bounce. The bounce actually worked in our favor. This hand's actually not good either because you don't want to have Snowmasons and Devastators on the same hand. They're both your two highest mana cost cards. And if you have them both in your hand at the same time, it's really hard to play out both of them. So you're going to end up cycling one of them. And obviously that's what you want to avoid. You want to be playing out your cards as best you can. So right here, the reason why I played it like this is because now they couldn't actually defend the stronger unit. And I got 4 damage into their base for free. It's pretty good. Here, I don't have any units on the board. So my main goal here would have to be just to play for bodies because I want to keep my front line. I'm going to cycle this, and if I draw something like Potion, I might actually consider playing it. Oh, this is actually a good draw. So here you could consider playing Head Start. The only thing is if it lands on this tile here, then it's really bad because it just dies. So I really don't want to be playing that. Instead, I'll play Gifted. The order that matters as well. I want to play Gifted first because I actually value Gifted more than Doppel here. The reason being is that Gifted can act as a unit to move forward for Forgotten Souls, unlike Doppelbox. So that's the reason for that. It's also not bad to separate your units like this. When you separate your units like this, it makes it really hard for like this exactly. It makes it hard for the enemy to deal surrounding damage or AoE damage to your unit. So I get even more free damage here. So again, Restless Goat is not the play. I'm going to be drawing Forgotten Souls on mana 7 next turn, so I actually can afford to cycle this. And all I really need to do is keep frontline. So what kind of sucks about this is that I want to play Shady Ghoul, and I want to keep my frontline as best I can. If I play Head Start, I can risk just it dying for free on this tile, because this will attack. I'm actually going to play Shady Ghoul here with Potion, but I actually give up my chance of using Forgotten Souls Devastators quite a bit, because if they take over this position here, then this unit will move forward and I don't have a way to attack. So here you go. We have mana 7, Devastators, Forgotten Souls, exactly what I was saying before. And I obviously want to play this out. I would just win the game here, but there was really no opening for me to do that. So it was unfortunate, but that's actually the way the board worked out. So there's not much I can do. There's no way I can actually, unless, let me see. Yeah, there's no way, even if it bounced. I mean, this is interesting. If I somehow drew like, I mean, you can do so many risky plays here. If I somehow drew Potion, I can actually just win like that. I could also Forgotten Souls and then just, let me see, deal 2 direct damage, keeping him at 3, but I don't really like that play because I don't have Hysteria in this deck, so it doesn't work out in my favor. At this point, I actually don't think Devastators is that great of a card, just because I have this unit already on board. Ooh, is that lethal? Ooh, I'm so close. I'm 1 mana off lethal here. That's interesting. It's really hard to decide what's the best play here. Realistically, this has to be the play. I just have to waste as much mana as I can. And I'm going to try and defend my units. I just don't need them to stay alive here. So yeah, that's basically it. As long as they stay alive, I can just get like this exactly. Like this kind of play is great. Gifted, Potion, Forgotten Souls. That's really what I'm aiming for. So here, I didn't want to play too aggressively. Just wanted to keep my board. Okay, that looks like a good game actually. They can't, like, it's really hard for them to clear this. So even if they cleared that, oh, this might block us though. Okay, no, it didn't. Perfect. Because of the way order of attacking, this could have actually blocked us. But actually it wouldn't have mattered because this moved in anyway. So yeah, the game was already like sealed. So GG. So there you go. That is going to be probably the end of this video. I believe I hit silver 4 here. Okay, yes, so we hit silver 4 here. I don't want to keep this video too long because then it just discourages you from watching. So that's basically it. Again, if you have any ideas on what you want me to do with the series, feel free to let me know in the comment section below. Also, come join the Stormbound Discord community. It's actually a great place to stay. I will leave a link in the description if you feel like joining, and you can obviously ask me any questions regarding this strategy or Swarm, I guess. If you want to play competitively, you can ask me for any tips or tricks, and I will be more than happy to help you. Okay, so that's basically the end of this video. if you guys can, I'm not so sure. Right now, my only idea is maybe posting every 2 days, but I'm not so sure how that'll work out. So that's basically it. Thank you for watching and hope you have a great day. Peace.